This is a rate of monetary expansion, and this is different than what we typically have in inflation.
Really nice.
Hello, Fernando and Matthew, and this will be the last interview of Baltic Honeybadger 2019.
Pleasure.
And the podcast is called, could you remind me?
CryptoVoices.
CryptoVoices, yes, that's right. So, the crucial question, you talked about it during the first day, the base money and why it's important. What do you think about the education overall? Education about the Bitcoin, about the blockchain, is it important?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely it's important. I think an event like Honeybadger is one of the premier educating events. Definitely there's not too much fluff, not too much noise, a lot of signal at a conference like this. It's awesome. I mean, for our show in particular, like we are more focused on the economic side, sound money, and everything that we do around our podcast is not only about educating the audience, but educating ourselves. It's a constant learning process with Bitcoin. We definitely have to keep learning. We can always get better on all aspects, but for us, we try to educate our listeners and our audience on just a lot of the sound money aspects of Bitcoin.
Mason, what do you think was the hottest topic in your podcast in 2019 by this day?
The hottest topic?
Yes. You talked a lot about that.
Which one?
Or you enjoyed
In our
it.
podcast.
No, I mean, you have one?
You say one.
I don't have it. I'm thinking which one could it be? Perhaps the Celsius one?
Well, I mean, I don't know. From the controversy or anything, I would say we're not too controversial to typically go on a show. We're pretty much open to hearing what everybody's got to say. We do filter our guests about what we think could really add value or not, but we try to keep it pretty clean, I guess. But I guess if there's one topic we've developed more than any others, it would be this idea that we should always look at Bitcoin as base money, and that is what I presented on yesterday. And so we've definitely developed that probably more than anything over the last year, and we hope to develop it further to really give our listeners and anybody who checks out our website a chance to see how Bitcoin compares to the real monetary world, because everybody philosophizes it all the time, they pontificate, they theorize, but no one can really see a true comparison. And Bitcoin is not comparable to Ether, it's not comparable to Ripple, it's comparable to other base monies around the world. And so that's what we have tried to develop. And Fernando is an expert on this as well, so
And
more
that's
than
why
me, I should say.
we're both trying to become experts. Yeah, I think it's the reason why we focus on economics so much is also we came from this background, and it was through the understanding of the institution of money that we came to really understand Bitcoin and its importance and why it can play a role as a monetary instrument and really become the base money of the future. So we see now a lot of Bitcoiners that come from the technological side of things. They now are trying to understand money better, and they are becoming fascinated with the idea of free money, of a free market money. We already came from this background, so we had to understand the technological part.
And we still continue today to learn those things.
Just the last question. How long do you think it will take for the population to sort of get the understanding of what Bitcoin actually is? Because this adoption process, it's quite long.
Yeah, if anything, I think economics it should teach you to be humble. Not everybody perhaps listens to that, but I always use the example. If you were a gold bug in 1979, this was only 8 years after gold was detethered, untied from gold, completely removed. It was the gold. Now the U.S. government could print as many dollars as it liked. Really, no restrictions from any of the central banks. No other counterparties really around the world who could just print. Within 8 years, gold was almost, within 9 years for sure, it was pretty much hit $800 an ounce, really for about 8 seconds on the market, then it went down. But it went from $35 to $800 in 9 months. If you were a gold bug, if you were of our hard money view in 1980, you would have been like, we had made it. Like we are, our view is the most prescient view, this is the one. And then, there's a 20-year bear market in gold from there against the dollar. And there are a lot of reasons for that, so on and so forth, we don't have to go in through here. But, I mean, it's hard to know. I mean, money is a long-term game, I would say for sure. I mean, you're talking decades. Until Bitcoin is recognized as just sort of another global asset.
And we're just in the beginning of that.
what I can add.
First decade for sure.
What I can add is that we should thank Ben Bernanke, Janet Yellen, Jerome Powell, Mario Draghi, and all the other central bankers, because what they are doing by undermining their currencies is teaching people how a money shouldn't be run, or how money shouldn't be run by anyone. It should be free and should be voluntarily adopted by society. So we have to thank the central bankers as well. Perhaps they are bridging this adoption.
Indeed.
Thank you very much, guys, for your time. Thank you very much.
Our
Thank you.
pleasure. Thanks a lot. Thank
The
you.
rest of you stay here in Riga.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome. Thank you.